Hey everybody, it's Gundam Build Guide again, and as of today, I'm officially at a record high of only needing 782 more watch hours in the next 11 months to get monetized. That is so great. Now, I bet you thought the show was on hiatus. I kinda sure did. So what's going on with that? Alright, so here's what's going on, guys. There's been barely no Gundam news lately. Like, GWitch from Mercury is between seasons, and the weekly Gundam news drip has pretty much slowed to nothing. Now, it's possible that this is related to the upcoming global financial recession too, but long story short, nothing's been happening, at least in terms of the Gundam front. So with Gundam Breaker Mobile, I'm still doing my live stream every Wednesday, but otherwise the game is definitely reaching its twilight years. There have been significantly no new content to come out in the game in months, and every once in a while there'll be a new unit here and there, but yeah, for the most part, the game is kind of in heavy reruns right now. There was a very nice 3.5 year anniversary event a few weeks ago, but yeah, otherwise really nothing's been happening in this game. I'm going to keep playing it casually and I'm going to keep streaming it every week because enough people want me to, but it's also not enough content for me to really report on every week like I used to. I'm also still trying to beat Super Robot Wars T, I just haven't had time to play it lately. I've been super busy working on my anime lately, and I had to take a really shitty new job lately to pay my rent. And I'm still attempting to do YouTube videos on top of everything else, but that takes up literally all the free time and concentration I can muster. Now that being said, there's a handful of basic new Gundam stories to cover this week, so let's cover them real fast. First off, I was really hoping this was news about the home release, but this summer, Gundam Extreme vs. 2 Cross Boost will be doing a formal update into its next edition, which will be called Gundam Extreme vs. 2 Overboost. Guess we're still not at Gundam Extreme vs. 3 yet, huh? Anyway, typically when they do this, they release the home version of the previous game on PS5. So that's actually what I'm excited about. So that is what I'm actually waiting for very eagerly, because I'm assuming that when the new version comes out in the summer, so will the old version to consoles also in the summer. The only new announcements for the new version are that the new version will have the aerial Gundam in it, as well as the Earth 3 from Build Divers. Anyway, the game won't be widely available only in Japan until the summer, but final debugging and testing is happening now. Alright, so that's all the normal Gundam news. Now we have some GWitch news. So let's get into the GWitch news. So the big thing happening today is the poster for Season 2 of GWitch from Mercury dropped. Although it doesn't give away much information, there is enough here to get excited about. First, the biggest detail that I need to point out to you guys is that from what we can tell, not much has changed in this poster from episode 12. Soletta and Mio are still the same age, still in their school uniforms, and the Gundam is still the aerial rebuild from episode 12. Now this is really important because a lot of people thought there might be a very significant time skip between Season 1 and Season 2, but this poster says that that doesn't look like that's going to happen. It seems like we're rejoining the girls almost immediately, but what's really interesting about this poster is that now Mio is in this defiant fuck you main character pose, while Soletta is down in the dumps on her knees, seemingly begging for forgiveness, and with this weird facial expression that almost implies an animosity towards Miorine. Do they hate each other now? I wonder if the next season is going to come down to Soletta versus Miorine. Lastly, also note that the Gundam in the picture is following Miorine. It's not following Soletta. So maybe what they're saying here is that in the next season, Miorine is going to take the Gundam away from Soletta, and then Soletta will become resentful and become Miorine's enemy. So that's my interpretation of this poster, and I think it's pretty interesting and exciting anyway. Lastly, this is a big mountain of worms, and I don't want to dig into it too deep, but the GWitch from Mercury English dub has started airing on Crunchyroll, and it has become a topic in of itself because people are awful. Now, I'm going to approach this topic very carefully and try to be as nuanced as possible, but there's 3 controversies with the dub with various people complaining about various things. I haven't seen the dub yet, so I can't throw my 2 cents in, but I will talk about one of these controversies, which is bigger than the dub itself. The controversy I'm going to talk about is that Crunchyroll has chosen to only use local talent local to the Texas area to dub the anime, which is unfortunately pretty standard for the way anime is dubbed in America. Because as far as I know, 90% of the current working modern VAs either live in Texas or nearby in Los Angeles. And the ones that don't live in LA, sometimes they have to commute all the way to Texas just to do their job. Now, I can see the advantage of forcing local talent to do the work, because that means you can make them record in your studio. That means you can make them follow all the standards of the work. That means you can make them use all the same equipment. And okay, sure, those are all good things. But a number of people are mad about this because post-pandemic, they think people can just work from anywhere. And technically that's true. Why couldn't the VAs just work from anywhere? I mean, technically they could, but Crunchyroll doesn't want them to. And I guess that's their choice as a company. I, for one, am almost always pro working from home. I think it's good for the environment. I think it's good for people's psychological conditions. But I understand why they've made this choice, because it ensures that the quality of the show will be consistent. Anyway, that's the only controversy about the dub I'm prepared to talk about today. Maybe if things change, I'll feel about talking about the others later. Alright, anyway, that's Build Guide for the week. I'm not going to cover Gundam Breaker Mobile this week because, like I said, not much happened. If you really want to know what I did in Gundam Breaker Mobile, just watch my live stream on Wednesdays or watch the replay after the fact. Alright, thanks guys. Later.